way to start. First of all, Yoga Nidra means yogic sleep. So you don't actually have to fall asleep like some people do, but the point is not to make you feel like you're asleep or to make you fall asleep. You're in between that restful and awakeness, which is called the hypnagogic state. Although it's very common for folks to fall asleep because the point is you get very, very relaxed, but you're still completely alert with your mind. So I'm not trying to put you in a trance or anything like that. Let's just start there. It is very relaxing for your body. And the great thing, and why I think it's great for beginners, is because there's little or no periods of silence. Now, we do have a little bit of silence in our counted down breath, but that's about the only place. Yeah. So I'm going to walk you through a series of steps, and it's the same every time. So if you like this meditation, you could watch any of our Yoga Nidras on the Veterans Yoga Project online streaming classes page on Facebook, or on our website or our SoundCloud and YouTube channel. And it'll sound basically the same as far as the sequence of events. So with this 45-minute practice, we generally include an intention setting. So first, though, we'll start with some centering and breathing together. Then second, we will start to set the intentions, and there's 3 parts to that process, and I'll walk you through every single step. Third, we do what's called the rotation of consciousness. It's also called a body scan. You've probably heard it called a body scan, and that just means we pay attention to the different parts of our body. Then we come out of the scan in reverse of how we go in. We will come back to the intentions that we set, come back to the breathing, and then I get you kind of nice and oriented so you don't feel kind of weird going into the rest of your day. So if you're the kind of person who has trouble sleeping, has anxiety, restlessness, concentration, or any of that kind of thing, that PTSD, these kind of meditations have been clinically proven to really be helpful in conjunction with you, with your therapy and your medications and your yoga classes and all the other things that you're doing to help yourself. So I'm going to lower my voice just a little bit. And then I'm going to start talking a little bit slower. So this is probably how I will sound throughout the rest of the meditation. So if you need to, adjust your volume if necessary. And I invite you to lay flat down on the floor or on your bed, couch, chair. If that's not comfortable for you, it's always a good idea to put a pillow underneath the bend of the knees, and then maybe something underneath the back of the shoulders, the back of the head. Definitely grab a blanket, because when you're still, you tend to get cold. And if you're cold, it's a little distracting. So having that blanket covered, especially on the feet and the legs and the arms, wherever, there's exposed skin, that is really good for keeping you nice and warm. It's really normal during meditations that you're going to feel a little chilly. So again, we try to have that blankie on so we get nice and toasty. So please keep your eyes open just for a moment and take a look around the room that you're in. Even if you've been in this room, 40 times today, really take notice, a second to notice the shapes, the colors, the textures. Notice all of the objects in the room. And then let's notice if you can hear anything besides the sound of my voice. And when you're ready, you can keep your eyes softly gazed or closed. You get to choose there. You might actually, when you're listening for the sounds in the room, maybe hear the air conditioner come on, or the heater, maybe the ticking of a clock. You might actually hear somebody mowing the lawn, or maybe rain. If you have rain going on, you might hear rain on the roof. And then let's start to bring your awareness, instead of on everything around you and outside of you, let's bring that attention instead to your inner landscape. So notice where you feel contact with the surface beneath you. Identify all the parts of your body that are touching the floor where you feel a sensation of support and pressure there. Then bring your attention to the parts of your body that are moving as you are breathing. Don't change your breath in any way. Just notice, what does it feel like to inhale? And then what does it feel like to exhale? And then maybe you exert just a little control over the breath by simply extending the exhale by a few moments, a second or two. So you can do that by pulling your belly towards your spine and constricting the back of the throat. Now, don't be too vigorous with this because you'll kind of dry out the back of the throat. So just a little bit of constriction here. It's as if you're going to fog a mirror. So making that little type of sound and pulling the belly towards the spine and constricting the back of the throat. So we do the same thing as we exhale. We don't force it out though. And it doesn't take really a lot of energy to do this, but it's an option available if you're willing to try. So let's breathe in and breathe out. Extend it. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathing in, breathing out. And one more time. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Next, we will set our intentions together. Excuse me. I like to call them themes, or that's also known as Sankalpa. So there's 3 parts, like I mentioned before, and I'll walk you through each part one at a time. The first is to bring to your mind your heartfelt desire. Bring to mind what you truly want in life. It could be anything. Maybe you want maybe to feel healthy or well. Maybe you wish to be a non-smoker or to feel peaceful. Whatever it is that you want for yourself, for your life, imagine that as if it were already true. Okay, good. Next, we'll be setting that intention for this specific practice that we do tonight. So, what do you wish to commit to? Maybe you want to stay awake. Maybe you want to fall asleep. So, again, whatever it is, again, sense as if it were already true. What would that feel like in your body, in your mind? So, maybe it's something like, I am calm, I am peace. And for me, it's typically I am pain free. That's one of the things I work on is reducing my chronic pain through the Yoga Nidra practice. Again, something you want for yourself in your life as if it were already true. So let's repeat that intention, that theme, silently to ourselves 3 times. Again, silently to yourselves 3 times. And I'll pause here for a moment for you to repeat that 3 times. Here we go. Good. And finally, the third part, to bring to your mind your inner resource. So the inner resource is like a sanctuary inside your mind. A place, maybe a memory, or it could be a fantasy. You don't have to search your memory of somewhere or something or someone that makes you feel peaceful and safe and well. Maybe it's a time in your life or certain person or pet. Maybe it's somewhere you've never been, but a painting of a fantasy world. And it has all your favorite features and colors and your favorite weather. Any of this will do. And at any point during class today, you can always return here. So it's not something that only exists when I tell you to think about it. It is something that lives inside of you that you can always use as a tool when you need to feel peaceful and safe and well. Good. Next, let's practice the body scan, the rotation of consciousness portion of our class. If at any time during our body scan, your mind begins to wander, maybe you hear a noise outside the room, maybe you hear a dog randomly barking, or you have a thought that keeps popping into your head. These things happen, especially if you're new to meditation, especially if you've been doing meditation for a long while. So do your best not to judge yourself. It's completely normal to have the mind wander. It's just your brain doing what a brain does. So acknowledge it and then that it's happened, and then gently guide your attention back to what we're doing, even if you have to do this 100 times in the next few minutes or so. So if it happened to the Dalai Lama, it will happen to us. All right. So, and that's okay. So now we're going to bring all of our attention and our awareness to the various body parts in our body. So I'll mention a body part. And then when I do that, you also mention it in your brain and then envision that body part in your brain. And then we'll move on to the next body part. So we kind of move swiftly through the notation of the different body parts. And again, that's to help you focus and concentrate and to get all the other things out of the brain to help you release and relax. All right, so we're going to start with the right side, starting with the right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, right pinky finger, palm of the hand, right top of the hand, right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, right armpit, right side chest, right side waist, hip, upper leg, right knee, lower leg, the shin, right sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, right pinky toe. Let's bring all of that awareness, all of that attention into the right side of the body. Notice what might be happening, what sensations may or may not be occurring at this time. Again, just the right side of the body. Not looking for anything in particular, just noticing what you might be able to detect there. And again, just on the right side of the body. Now, let's move this attention, our awareness now to the left side of the body, starting with the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, left pinky finger, left top of the hand, palm of the hand, wrist, forearm, left elbow, upper arm, left shoulder, armpit, left side chest, left waist, hip, top of the leg, left knee, left shin, ankle, top of the left foot, sole of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, left pinky toe. Again, let's bring all of our awareness into the entire left side of the body, just the left side. Not looking for anything in particular, just noticing what you might be able to detect here. Just notice what sensations may or may not be occurring on the left side of the body. Good. Let's move on to comparing the entire right side of the body. Go back to flipping your attention and your awareness to the right side. Then notice everything on the left side. Again, notice the sensations that may or may not be occurring on the left side, and then flip it over to the right side, just the right side. Good. Let's let go of that. Let's move our attention now to the back side of the body, starting with the top of the head, back of the head, back of the neck, right shoulder, left shoulder, upper back, mid back, low back, the entire length of the spine, right buttock, left buttock, right hamstring, left hamstring, back of the right knee, back of the left knee, right calf, left calf, right ankle, left ankle, right foot, left foot. Again, bringing all of our attention to the back side of the body. Notice what sensations you may or may not be observing in the entire back side of the body. Notice again the pressure of lying on your back, on your yoga mat, in that chair, as you notice the entire back side of the body as we continue our body scan. Now we're going to move our attention to the front side of the body, starting once again with the top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eye, left eye, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right ear, left ear. Once again, bringing all of your attention, all of your awareness to the front side of the body. Again, let's start with the top of the nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, right cheekbone, left cheekbone, upper lip, lower lip, both lips, the tongue resting softly in your mouth. Notice the inside of your mouth, your right cheek, your left cheek. Notice the chin, the jaw, the front part of your neck, the right collarbone, the left collarbone, the right chest, left chest, upper abdomen, navel center, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin, right leg, left leg, right arm, left arm. Once again, let's bring all of our attention, all of our awareness to the front side of the body. Notice what sensations may or may not be happening just on the front side of the body. You may notice coolness across the skin. You may notice the toastiness of the blanket. Again, all of your attention in the front side of the body. Now, let's notice again the back side of the body, just the back side. All of that attention, all of that awareness just on the back side of the body. Once again, let's flip it over to the front side of the body, just the front side. Let's together notice both the back side of the body and the front side of the body. All of that attention, all of that awareness, whatever sensations that may or may not be happening in the whole body. Again, the whole body, all at the same time, the entire body. Good. Let's let go of that. Breathing in, breathing out. So, as I mentioned earlier, there's hardly any silences in our guided rest practice, with the exception of when we count down our breath. And this is the section of our guided rest where this occurs. So, we're going to allow our awareness to drift down to our navel center. After that, we're going to again bring our attention to one of four places in the body. And then we're going to count our breath, starting with the number 27. We're going to count our breath downward with each breath, counting down towards zero. And at some point in time, I'll ask you to stop, and then we'll focus our attention onto the next four areas. After that, after we do the four different centers in our body, I'll invite you again to count, start at the number 27. Again, with each inhale, for example, breathe in 27, breathe out 27. So join me with the next counted breath. Inhaling 26, concentrating on the navel center. Exhaling 26. So you continue to count down your breath with each inhale and exhale right now. Good. I invite you to stop right there. Then let's bring our attention right into the heart center. And once again, I'm inviting you to start counting down, starting with the number 27, with each breath counting down, starting now. Good. You can stop right there. So, once again, I invite you to bring your attention now to the throat center. Once again, starting with the number 27 with each breath, counting down, starting with the number 27, starting now. Good. I invite you to stop right there. Let's move on to the last place. So, the last place is to bring your attention to the tips of your nostrils. Once again, starting with that number 27, with each breath counting down, starting now. Good. You may stop there. Next, we'll be working with contrasts, opposites. So I'll invite you now to bring all of your attention just into the right side of your body, just allowing into your awareness any sensations that may or may not be present just on the right side of the body. This sensation just coming from the right side of the body, just the right side. What does the right side of the body feel like? Just the right side. Again, just noticing with the right side of your body what it feels like, just the right side. Then I'll invite you to bring all of your attention, all of your awareness just into the left side of your body, just allowing into your awareness any sensations that may or may not be present just on the left side of your body. What does the left side of your body feel like? Just the left side. Just noticing the left side of your body, just the left side. Then I'll invite you to bring your attention back to the right side of your body. What does the right side of your body feel like? Just noticing the right side of the body. Then I invite you to go back to the left side. What's the left side of your body feel like? Just the left side. Now I invite you to come back to the right side of your body, noticing any sensations, noticing the feeling of the right side of the body. And then once again, coming back just to the left side of the body. And then I invite you to allow into your awareness all of these sensations of the right side of the body and the left side of the body all at the same time. Good. Next, I invite you to bring all of your attention just to into the front half of your body, just the front side of your body, just the front body, just the front half of your body. What does that feel like? And then I'll invite you to bring all of your attention, your awareness just into the back half of the body, just noticing any sensations that may or may not be present in the back half of the body. What does your back body feel like? Just the back body. And then bring your attention back to the front body, just noticing the front body. What does the front of your body feel like? And then your back body. What does the back part of your body feel like? Just the back side. And then back to the front body. What does that front body feel like? Just the front side. And then once again, returning to the back body and seeing if you can allow into your awareness all of the sensations in the front part of the body and the back part of the body all at the same time. Good. Let go of that. Next, I invite you to allow into your awareness the sensations of feeling very heavy, very dense in the body. Just noticing the sense of heaviness or denseness in the body, as if you were heavy as a rock and you were sinking down into the surface that is supporting you. Your arms are heavy, your legs are heavy, your torso is heavy, your head is heavy. What does that heaviness, that denseness feel like? Just feeling very heavy. And then I invite you to notice any sensation of feeling very light and buoyant in the body, feeling very weightless and buoyant. The arms are light, the legs are light, the torso is light, the head is light. What does that feeling of weightlessness feel like? Just feeling very light and buoyant. And then I invite you to come back to feeling very heavy and dense, noticing what it feels like to feel very heavy and weighted. Then let's come back to feeling very light and buoyant, coming back to feeling very heavy and dense. and back to a feeling of light and buoyancy. And then I invite you to allow into your awareness all the sensations of feeling very, very dense and heavy and feeling very light and buoyant at the same time. Good. I invite you now to notice any sensations of feeling very warm in the body. Just notice any sensations, that warmth or heat in the body. Just the feeling of warmth and heat. What does that warmth feel like? Just a feeling very warm and heated. And then I'll invite you to notice any sensations of feeling cool or chilled in the body. Just notice a sense of coolness. Just noticing any sensations of feeling very cold, very cool in the body. And then I invite you to come back to feeling any sense of warmth or heat in the body, to feeling very, very warm. And then coming back to any sense of cool in the body. And now I invite you to see if you can allow into your awareness at all the sensations of feeling very warm and very cool at the same time. Good. Let's once again bring your awareness back to your breath, not changing your breath in any way, just noticing what it feels like to relax here and breathe. Maybe it feels different than when we started class. That's okay. Maybe it doesn't feel different, and that's okay too. Just notice where you feel the most movement as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Good. Let's continue with our contrasts and opposites. Next, want you to imagine a warm glow of light all around you, not bright, but a glimmering glow of soft light, as if your body were surrounded by this warm and comforting energy. Now, imagine the light fading into darkness, coal black, flat, dense darkness, the darkest night without stars or moon, a dark room without windows, the darkness behind your closed eyelids. Now, let's imagine a feeling lethargic and tired from lack of sleep. Feel the achy tiredness in your bones, body, and brain when you can't muster the strength for one more thing. Now, let's imagine feeling completely rested. You have enough energy to face each day with grace and ease. You have slept well and are electrically alive in each vibrating fiber of your being. Good. Now, let's awaken the sensation of dryness in the body. Remember the feeling of dryness on the skin? Your clothes are dry, your hair is dry, your whole body dry. Perhaps that feeling of dryness permeates into your body as a sensation of dehydration. The body is dry, the whole body dry. Now, let's awaken the experience of moisture in the body, the experience of moisture and wetness. Imagine water on your fingertips. What would that feel like? Remember the feeling you have when you are in the bath surrounded by water. Imagine the wetness moving into the body as a sensation of internal hydration. The body is wet, the whole body wet. Now, what happens when you feel blocked? Remember the last time you were stuck in traffic, when your sinuses were blocked by cold or your energy blocked by an injury. When something happened that impeded your progress forward, So, without dwelling on the details, focus on the sensation of being physically, energetically, or emotionally blocked. Now, let's move that to feeling being in the flow. How does it feel to be in the flow? So, imagine water flowing smoothly around rocks, the gentle feel of wind flowing through your hair, a time when you could easily take steps forward on your path and everything seemed to be in flow. Good. And let's now embody a feeling of newness. Do new things bring with them feelings of fear or of excitement? How often do you engage in new things, people, places, and projects? Feel the newness. Now, let's embody a feeling of the familiar, your common familiar surroundings, your belongings, friends, family, and places you visit each week. Does the familiar feel safe to you or does it feel old? Feel familiarity. And again, make sure you are not sleeping. Say to yourself, I am awake and aware. Let's lastly go to our last contrast and let's bring our attention to the back of your body. Once again, notice the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor beneath you or the surface beneath you. Bring your attention to the front of your body and notice how the sensations are different here in the parts of your body that are not constricted by the pressure against the floor. And again, notice your breath, both in back of your body and the front of your body. Notice the right side of your body. Notice the left side of your body. And once more, notice your whole body together. Good. Let's bring to mind once more your heartfelt desire, what you want in life. Bring to mind once more your inner resource, that memory or fantasy that makes you feel grounded, content, and secure. Return your attention to your body. Notice if your body feels different than when we started class. It may or may not, and that's okay. And once again, notice your breath. And let's try once again to extend the exhale breath. Remember just to breathe in through your nose and fill your belly. And then when you exhale, let that sound come out as if you're fogging a mirror. So let's inhale, fill your belly. And exhale, release it a little bit slower. Good. Inhale again and exhale. Let's make this inhale the biggest you've done today. Again, breathing in and slowly breathing out. Excellent. Now, I invite you to bring into your awareness the intention, the theme that you set for yourself at the beginning of your practice. We will repeat that silently to yourself 3 times, that intention, that theme you set for yourself. So I'll pause here for a moment as you say that silently to yourself 3 times. Here we go. Good. Next, I will read a poem from Richard Miller, who is the founder of iRest. And here we go. I have a body but I am not just this body. My body manifests different sensations of health and sickness, restfulness and tiredness, calmness and agitation. But these states change. I am the unchanging awareness in which these changing sensations arise. I value my body, but I am not just this body. I have emotions, but I am not just these emotions. My emotions manifest different conditions from love to anger, from calmness to agitation, from joy to sorrow. But these states change. I am the unchanging awareness in which these changing emotions arise. I value my emotions, but I am not just my emotions. I have a mind, but I am not just my mind. My mind manifests different thoughts and images, which are constantly changing. I am the unchanging awareness in which these thoughts and images arise. I value my mind, but I am not just my mind. I am aware of all the changing sensations, perceptions, emotions, thoughts, and objects which compose my body, senses, mind, and the world. I am the unchanging awareness in which all these movements arise. I am pure unchanging awareness. I have a body, but I am not just my body. I have a mind, but I am not just my thoughts. And I have emotions, but I am not just my feelings. What am I then? What remains after having disidentified from my body, sensations, feelings, and thoughts? I am a center of pure awareness. Again, I am a center of pure awareness. And then again, that's from Richard Miller, the founder of the I Rest meditation. So let's return to our natural breathing. And before you open your eyes or move, just remember the room that you are in. Remember all the objects and textures and the colors in that room with you. And let's start to make little tiny movements by wiggling the toes and the fingers to wake your body back up. And then let's allow our movements to get a little bit bigger, maybe adding some little points and flexes, ankle movements, wrist circles, finger movements. And then just in your arms and legs, just kind of move what feels best for you, stretching maybe opposite directions. And eventually, if you can, bending one knee, placing the foot on the surface that supports, and the other knee. And you can stay in this lying position and continue on to slumber, or I invite you to contract your belly button towards your spine as you place a hand underneath the back of a knee and invite it towards your chest, and do so with the other. And I invite you to maybe rock a little bit side to side, just to get a little tender, loving care going on with the low back. And then if you wish to transform that maybe into knee circles, which turn into hip circles, that's often very comforting for the body. If you're doing those circles, let's pause and go in the other direction. Good. And then I invite you to place your foot back down on the surface that supports, and then the other. And let's drop one knee over to one side, either your left or your right. And then take that top knee, drop it towards the bottom knee as you continue to go over onto your side body, maybe a fist underneath the temple or the length of the arm underneath the side of the head, to be here just for a moment. Soft belly as you breathe in and as you exhale. And what I suggest to you, if you would like to meet me sitting upright, take your top hand, push into the floor, maybe extend that top leg to drag yourself all the way up. Let your head be the last thing that comes up. So sometimes we can be a little dizzy, little equilibrium shift. So I invite you to just drop your chin in towards your chest. Hands can rest here at heart center or in prayer center, whichever's more appealing for you. And just slow little breaths here just to get your equilibrium back into kind of feeling normal here. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, with continuing to bow your chin towards your heart center, that's a motion of gratitude to yourself. So give yourself a really sincere thank you for showing up today, whether you're here live with me or during the recording of this guided rest. So I invite you to keep your gaze soft or continue to keep your eyes kind of closed halfway or closed. And again, that slight nod of your head, bringing your internal gaze right down to your heart center as we end with our gratitude practice in our ending. So let's see if we can allow something to bring you into some place that feels like gratitude. Again, from that place, I invite you to simply acknowledge to yourself from one thing in your life that you're grateful for this evening. Namaste. I'll end the class with the light in me honors the light in you. So let's take the peace, the strength, and the understanding, and that cultivate that little attitude of gratitude, and let's pass it on. This concludes our practice of Yoga Nidra.